There are few signs that chieftaincy titles are losing significance, even though they are archaic institutions. Mention some pointers to this.
There are so many. There are so many signs since chieftaincy is now under the government and your power is limited compared to before. Some government interfere in how you control your domain.
We're told that the kings rather, are the heart and mind of the people, and the directive they give are equivalent to laws. Has that changed?
No, it hasn't. Being a woman king, you have the same right as a man. You give the same instruction because you perform the same duty.
Can we talk about the coexistence between democracy and kingship or rulership?
I think we democracy and rulership coexist really well. The government respects the traditional ruler, and the traditional ruler to respect the government.
What we're meant to understand was that the king has absolute power. Has that changed since democracy?
To be sincere, I think the power has dropped. The power has reduced. We could see what happened in Kano. The state government, removed a traditional ruler of that high caliber and nothing happened. So today, the state government can decide to remove any traditional ruler if he has legal backing. Even in Ondo State here, a day job Akure was impeached by the the state government. So let me just say the state government now, with the constitution of Nigeria, they have higher authority over traditional institutions.
As a young, educated, and urbanized woman, how have you been able to withstand the pressure of following traditions, that is, the rituals, conscience, and your religion? I mean, putting both or trying to merge these together.
It has not been easy. It has been very difficult. But let me just say this: being a woman, you are excluded from so many traditions. For example, I'm a young woman. I say I'm not going to go. I'm not married. I will give birth, and there are some rituals that could antagonize you in future. There are some rituals that could work against you. So traditionally, they choose to sit and exclude you.
So how did you decide to accept the choice?
After the demise of the king, traditionally it is essential for a female to sit on the throne before a male. The first male daughter of the late king will have to sit on the throne. And I'm the first male daughter, so I was asked to sit on the throne. I was chosen by the oracles to sit on the throne. It wasn't easy because then I was in school. I was in 500 level, so as a young girl, it wasn't easy. In fact, for several months the throne was vacant. The throne was vacant for 8 months. Yes, I kept running away. I didn't find it interesting because I was with my late father, so I knew the responsibility of a king. I knew it wasn't an easy responsibility. I knew the challenges. So, but after 8 months, I was cajoled. I was cajoled. I was begged. I was pleaded with to sit on the throne. Regency is a position you don't contest for. In fact, most of us regents, we were not happy that we were chosen as regents. We were cajoled. Even some were forced to sit on the stool. So that's the difference between being a male king and being a female king.
Civilization actually helps the whole thing. We can say.
It's a two-way thing.
Okay.
Civilization helps and civilization doesn't help. So it's a two-way thing. It helps in it helps in modernizing the culture. It helps to refine the culture. There are so many things we can't do again because of civilization. In fact, even rituals before, when people are when they are doing rituals in community, even some community use human beings. But because of civilization, they refined it in a way that, okay, instead of using human beings as rituals, why can't we use animals as ritual? So civilization helps in those places.
Do you think our education system needs to be more African?
Yes, it should. It should. I think for now we are practicing other people's culture. If our education system was more, African, people will appreciate their culture. Even if you are educated, you still appreciate your culture without losing relevance for your culture.
That includes learning Odufa in schools, right?
Yes. In fact, all these pastors, when you go to all these pastoral schools, they will teach you everything. They will teach you Odufa, they will teach you Quran, they will teach you the Bible. The essence of the teaching is not for you to practice, but for you to have deep understanding, for you to have a deep knowledge about your roots. My advice to young ladies out there is that they should be focused, they should be self-dependent, and that they can be anything they want to become if they are determined. Females need to be disciplined. For example, let me take myself let me use myself as an example. I'm on a sacred throne, and if I wasn't disciplined before I got to the throne, there are so many people that will use it against me when I got to the throne. But because I've been disciplined, right? Though I didn't know I would become a regent, but somehow I was very disciplined before I, became a regent. So we don't know what we become. Let's be disciplined, and above all, let's be prayerful. The internet is very wide. In fact, most people will see and they will not comment, and they've seen it. So we all need to be very, very careful. We all need to be disciplined and be careful of what we say as a young lady, and be careful of what we do.
Okay, so after leaving the throne, what do you plan to do?
I plan so many things, but God knows best. I want to further my education. I want to practice. I'm a medical laboratory scientist. So I want to practice. I want to go into business. I have so many things in mind. So help me God.
So are you preparing to leave the throne soon?
It's the community, but very soon, because I'm a young lady, and if you are becoming, if you are sitting on the throne for a very long time, it will hinder you of so many things. Because for now, there are so many things I cannot do. There are so many places I cannot go. So I think I should be leaving the throne very soon. Very soon. I can't go to club. I can't do so many things because I'm a public figure. In fact, if I'm not even on the royal regalia, some people will still recognize me.
Yeah.
So many people will recognize me.
Of course.
So I can't do so many things. The freedom. I'm not free.
So, Her Royal Majesty, we members of Correct Connect Africa Foundation, we have a gift for you for your birthday. And for this friendly chat that we're having, this is a symbol of the word Sankofa, symbolizes with a bird that turns its head or her head backward to fetch an egg. And Sankofa means going back to collect what you have left behind. So the bird is going back to collect that egg that she left behind. So this is our philosophy, and we are giving this, offering this to you, a symbolic gesture, and we wish that this becomes a mantra for you. That our, like all what you've said today, we've come to realize that in fact you're a correct Connect Africa member because you share our ideas, you share what we feel should be what African Renaissance should be all about. The reawakening of Africa should be this, going back to collect what we have left behind, going back to our roots. So we want to offer this to you as a token of kind gesture.
Yeah.
And finally, we wish you I'm going to wish you this ancient Egyptian word. We believe also, not just we believe, we know that the ancient Egyptians are first ancestors. And there's this wish that they give to one another. Is in ancient Egyptian, the hieroglyphic is called Ket Nebet Neferet. It means I wish you all that is good, beautiful, and perfect. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
for
welcome.
Connect Africa. I appreciate what you are doing. Because it is good to trace our roots. If the Western people could come down to Nigeria to learn about us, so why are we forsaking our roots? Different sculptures were taken from us. For example, in Benin, they had to return the sculpture, and these are things that don't interest us. So they knew how relevant all these things they took from us. They knew how relevant they were. So I advise people to go back to their roots. And I also thank you for letting us know that our roots is very important part of us. Thank you so much.